First off, I know you had a couple wins not too long ago after having that losing streak. You got past Mike Lindquist and Wade Choate. Talk about the wins over those two guys and how it was getting back on the winning track for you.
Well, I think more than anything, what it was is, people, it's just trying to work on stuff. I'm just trying to remember and get back to a confidence level that, that was the biggest thing. So to go out there and first fight, I was like, look, I'm in this new camp training with Team Current. I'm nervous. I'm just going out there trying to get it over as fast as possible, Second fight, I was even saying, now all these fights always end in the first round, me losing or winning or whatever. I just want to go off 15 minutes. And I broke my foot in the first round, slowed things down, and almost finished quick. And he's back. I just wanted to embrace all 50. So it's just basically starting over. It's like, okay, I want you to go out there and do this fight. I want you to go out and do this fight. You just try to work. And more than anything, it's all about just trying to get my confidence back. That's probably the biggest thing that I've lost.
Right.
I just did a blog about it where, it's like you get in so many car wrecks, you just don't want to get in the car anymore. You lose so many fights, you have to get caught in this and that. How do you pick it up where you start? You know what I mean? How do you just rebirth? I think that's really how this been. I got here.
Right, and I hate to have to bring up a question that everyone's been asking you, and I'm sure you're sick of hearing it, so I'll try to come up with a different spin on it, but, I think, you're a legend of the sport, no one disputes that. The first UFC champion, you've been in some great fights over the years. I think more than anything, some fans from the outside looking in, they're probably just concerned about you and your legacy, and I know that may or may not be their place to, voice their opinions on it, but, what's your view, hearing all these people questioning whether or not you need to retire, and knowing that they're not on the inside, seeing what you're doing every day and how you feel physically?
Well, I think the biggest thing is if you're telling me to retire to protect the legacy, why? You know what I mean? I didn't come into this sport to create a legacy. I came into this sport to change the name. I came into this sport because athletics saved my life growing up. You had a chance to see the documentary, I'm in it for a different reason. I'm here because I love doing this. This is what saves my life. Athletics saves my life. To be able to come into MMA and have a pro career saves my life. And I think more than anything, I'm not going to retire because I'm trying to save a legacy. The legacy is going to be there. When you go back, UFC gets gigantic as it is, and it keeps getting bigger. They're going to go back and you always wonder, even in boxing, to this day, who was the first ever champ? Heavyweight champion. You look, and that's what my name will be sitting. Who was the first ever 155-pound champion? Oh, Pulver. Who started the weight class? Oh, that's Pulver. Those are concrete. They can't go nowhere. Who's the 17th champion? Who's the 18th? I'm not sure. Who's the champ now? My goodness. I couldn't even tell you who the heavyweight champions are in boxing right now. I have no idea. I used to love boxing, but so I don't really. If they think I need to retire to save a legacy, then they're mistaken. On the other side, if you think it's you're worried about my health, well, I'm not getting knocked out to the point that a doctor's coming in and waking me up. I'm standing on my own 2 feet, getting caught in submissions, whatever. But when the hands being raised, I'm standing there. I've been stunned. Yeah. Have I been stopped? Of course. But has anybody had to come in here with smelling salt and wake me up? No, it hasn't happened. And Doug Mango said it best. The boxing coach over here at Team Current, he's like, you lost a step. You just get slow and you seem to fight with favor. And I go, if I could just explain to you what's happening inside my head, I'm not watching anything because I'm so busy. I'm so roadblocked with this might happen, and I'm gonna step off everybody because it's almost like I'm sitting in there watching it happen, and it's almost like I'm trained to go, well, this is getting tough. I'm over. It's over. Maybe next time, or whatever. I'm just defeated that already there. And that's what I'm trying to break. People need to understand my safety is fine. I mean, these physicals are ridiculous. Yeah, not that I don't love them. I mean, I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
We go through all kinds of things. If my brain was scattered, yeah, there'd be a problem. But I'm not getting knocked unconscious. Beautiful thing about submission, it's safe, man. Get submitted all the time in practice. You're safe. But does that hurt me in the fights? Of course. Does it mean, hey, it's time to hang it up because you can't compete anymore? Yeah. That's the battle right now. That's where I'm at. That's the one that I'm stuck with. Not because I want to save a name, but am I even worthy of competing anymore? And every time I get out there, and I think the worst part is I've become a gym fighter. I can do great things in the gym. Coaches are proud of me. I listen, I move fast, I punch hard, I can, shoot takedowns, I can block takedown tech, I even can go for submissions when I'm in the grappling class. The problem is I'm having a connection or a misfire when I step into the cage. I can't blanket the losses, I can't blanket the self-doubt, I can't cover the idea that, man, it's just not there. And that's the battle. That's where I've been sitting going. And, that's what keeps me pushing. I'm the weevil wobble, man. I get down, I get back up, knock down, I get back up. And I think that's the biggest thing. When I don't feel like training anymore, and I don't feel like getting any better, and I don't feel like, improving, then I'm done, And that's kind of the long answer to the short question.
No, it's a good answer though, but so I do appreciate that. Now, you fought on some huge stages. Like I remember the first Uriah Faber fight in Sacramento was massive, of course, in the UFC, Pride, all over the world. So fighting on some of the smaller regional shows, does that make you a little hungrier fighting on that stage, or maybe a little more motivated? What's it like going back down to that level right now?
That's a downfall too. I mean, it kind of hurts because I do sit there and I do remember where I was. And there's another huge anchor that draws on me. The guy I'm fighting is like, I'm fighting against Pulver. I'm sitting around going, I'm fighting somebody who I've never heard before. Okay, who's getting motivated? Me or them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's hard to get motivated for the opponent, so I try my best to, man, I want to get to this place, or I want to be here again, or I want to get back. So I have to find trying to find different motivation. The opponent I'm facing, pretty much they're like, I've been watching this guy since I was a kid, or I know this is Pulver, this is the legend guy, the former world champ. Of course they're coming at me like there's no tomorrow, because this is probably their biggest fight or whatever. This is that catapult they're looking for. I'm having a hard time trying to find my motivation. I feel like that actor going, excuse me, what's my motivation? Yeah, it does get tough because it is humbling when you see your friends and people that, you started in this sport with, and a lot of them are still up there fighting on the big card, and they're getting it done, and you're sitting back going, God, what is that? What is wrong with me? Why am I not able to pull the trigger? Why can't I just, why can't I step up? Where is my motivation? What is it that has me out here? And that's the battle that I'm having right now. Why am I stepping into this gate? Where's the motivation? And it's hard when you've been on those bigger stages to try and reach down and simplify it. You're doing it because you love it. You're going to win because you're trained for it. And you're going to make your coaches and your corner proud. You're going to make your fans proud. But yeah, I mean, it definitely is it's a roadblock that is tough. It's tough because you do have to find a different way to motivate yourself to get out there fighting a guy who's going to go just ballistic when he fights you. Like, here we go,
Right. Yeah, and speaking of which, your next opponent, Cody Ox Wheeler, it's actually a guy people probably are familiar with from the WEC. He fought there a few times, so he seems pretty aggressive. Maybe not the most technical striker, but good ground game. He's tough as nails, it seems. So have you watched any tape on him? Do you do that kind of stuff, or do you kind of let your coaches handle it?
No, I watch it, and then I let my coaches handle it, and they watch it. And again, I know what they're gonna. I know he comes out hard. I know he puts his chances, but he's got a lot of submissions. I know he's a tough opponent. I know I'm going into his backyard, but the beautiful thing is I can get motivated for this guy because he's good, because he's dangerous, because he can throw down. Now I do have somebody to get motivated for. I'm like, do all these things, so it's time to sharpen up, tighten up, and, capitalize on that. So that's one of the pluses of fighting Oxlade is the fact that he is so tough, the fact that he is skilled, and he is dangerous. So I don't have to go out there and find out for the first time, what can this guy do? Wow, he can kick like something. And then, so I know what he can do. And yeah, I do watch him, so I can familiarize myself with him. And, I definitely know to watch where he circles. I know what he's looking for. But again, what am I going to go out there and do? I can either go out there and watch him and try and deflect everything that he throws, or I can make him pay attention to what I'm throwing. I can go out there and be the guy that says, you know what, that's cool, you know how to do this, and you can throw this, but what happens when I pipe you with this? What happens when I kick you with this? Again, trying to be a good fighter. I mean, I watch old videos of mine, and that's another thing I do, trying to remember. I watch interviews. I used to be just disgusted at the mere thought of the guy thinking he was going to even be able to hit me. It used to just make me sick to my stomach. And he actually thought he could beat me. I'm like, are you kidding me? So you can't sit there and watch a guy go, well, he's good at this, he's dangerous at this, got to watch out for this. Then you spend the whole time watching out for all these things and forgetting the fact that, what's he watching out for? I can either go out there and stop the steamwheel right off the bat by hitting him with something and make him respect me, or I can sit back and try to block everything and watch him get more and more motivated, more and more dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Right. Now, something else I wanted to ask you about, and someone asked me to ask you this, it's kind of a longer question, but, I'm sure you're thinking about this fight right now, but do you have any kind of long-term plans, like 10 years from now? Do you know what you want to do? Like, I bring that up because I actually covered one of your seminars a few years ago, and you seem like a really great kind of coaching mentality, a guy who can really instruct people and show them how to get into the sport. And I was wondering, down the road, do you have plans like you want to move into coaching one day or something like that, or do you not even really think about that?
No. I mean, that was one of the things. I was stuck between wanting to be a coach and a fighter before, and I wasn't ready to be a coach. I wasn't ready to be a gym owner because I had too many pulls of the guy, the athlete that still wanted to compete. And that's a tough road, that's a hard one when you're in limbo in between the two, and it makes you're not a cool person, man. You don't have patience because you're like, well, I can't teach today because I want to learn this, or I can't work on this because I want to do this. But, so I think the biggest thing is once I get done, when I'm done fighting and it's past me, then I think I could really start working on the ideas of being a coach. I really want to go in and furthermore, I want to work more with troubled youth. I want to work more with troubled kids. I want to be able to give them not only a gateway into MMA, but a gateway into moving past what they think is a dead-end road. I want to give them the ability and the understanding to have the confidence to go, you know what, I can achieve this. I can go to college. I can do this. I mean, if you look at my world and you look at where I came from, we're split down the middle. My brother's in prison, my other brother's got a master's in literature, and he was a teacher, and then they own a coffee shop now, and they're killing it in Seattle and having a good time. My other brother, he's away for 55 years, and then there's me, and I'm like, well, I want to be able to, I just want to be able to help people that need the help, and I think that's really the kind of coaching I want to go into.
That's pretty much all the time we have, but I really do appreciate you doing the show because I'm sure you're busy, you got a lot of training and stuff to do, but real quick, you have anything you want to plug? I know you got the documentary out there, Driven, that people should really check out, but is there, any sponsors or coaches or anything you'd like to,
Always is, we got Jeff, who's going to be making another run in the UFC, extremely proud and happy for him. I want to thank everybody at Team Kern. And my biggest plug is all my coaches, man, that I've had in the past, present, hopefully not too many more in the future, but, I'm doing this to them. I'm trying to show them that this is the athlete that they believed in a long time ago, and I'm still there. And then, of course, you can go to Evolution Clothing. It's not with the O, it's with the I, Evil Evolution Clothing, and that's just all about being a better you. And other than that, you know what? Like I said, I want to plug the gym, Team Kern, MMA, and, that's, it's Sucker Punch ENT. Always got to do Brian Butler and Sucker Punch. I'll always